All right, so I got another pretty decent tool haul here. First thing I got here is a pair of 17-inch Swedish pipe wrenches. And these are actually a defunct brand, Monster Mobile. I'm sure some people are familiar with the brand. They ended up closing their doors probably about 5-6 years ago. Ended up losing a lawsuit against Monster Energy Drink. But most of their tools were rebrands anyway, and just kind of transitioned over to their sister company, K-Tool. But what's nice about these is they're Knipex, made in Germany, Swedish pipe wrenches. And because it's a lesser known brand, I picked these up for 15 bucks. So couldn't pass up on it. Just comparing them to my PWZs, you got your threaded rod to adjust the jaw. But I just prefer these over your traditional monkey wrench. To me, they're a little bit more versatile. But again, just a real nice set. Just painted green instead of red. So nice addition to the house set. Next thing I picked up was a Napa Carlyle battery charger. And this is a ProLogic solar rebrand. I believe Macco has these. Mac for sure. Part number on the Mac one I think is 43 or 2340. But part number for this Carlyle is CPL 2320. 6 volt, 12 volt. I believe it's a 20 amp charger. Yeah, so 2, 10, and 20 amp. Just a smart charger. I've been needing to upgrade my charger, and you know, these get a lot of good reviews, so I picked this one up for 65 bucks. I believe the Mac version is about 180, and then just the solar is probably around like 120, 100 bucks if I remember right. But it was just an open box special. So again, if you're familiar with the Mac, obviously the only difference is this one's blue instead of, you know, I think the Mac comes in like orange and green. Next thing I picked up is a Astro hub puller. Part number on this is 78830. And I was kind of going back and forth between this and the OTC hub grappler, but I just mainly needed it for stubborn rotors and brake drums. So I'm not really pressing bearings, so I don't really need that that big of a set like the OTC hub grappler. So I just went ahead and picked this up. They do make an expansion set for this if you are pressing a lot of bearings, but I just figured this was a decent set, you know, to have just for those rare occasions. But again, I got this set used. Box is a little beat up, so I gotta pick up some new clips. Right now I'm just keeping it closed with the zip tie, but you know, just lightly used. And I got this for 45 bucks, so I think this is right around 120 retail, so thought it was a decent deal. And then last thing I picked up is something I used to own probably about 6-7 years ago. Got a little hard up on cash and just needed to sell something quick, and kind of regretted it instantly, especially as the years go on. The price on this thing just keeps going up more and more and more. And even with all the new brands coming out with their own versions, the price just doesn't drop on this thing. But last thing I got was the Snap-on BJP1 Master Ball Joint Press. So this one's pretty lightly used. Again, I don't use it too often or need it too often, but you know, there's none better than this particular set. It's got most of the cups you would need for most of the domestic and import brands. But again, I couldn't justify paying the $800 price tag that Snap-on's asking for it now. You know, just seeing all the reviews on the Icon, and with them breaking, I didn't want to risk going that route. So, you know, I just went ahead and held off until I found this deal. Like I said, it's lightly used, but I picked this up for 400 bucks. Again, it's not quite as cheap as the Snap-on, or excuse me, the Icon, but you know, it's made in USA, and this is a tested set. You know, I've never seen any C-clamp failures on these. So again, you know, I'm pretty happy overall. Like I said, used to own it, regretted it, so I'm glad to have it back. So again, that's pretty much all I got today, but as always, thanks for watching.